Yes,
You know, Gianna, when
absolutely.
you
Thank
hear
you, Harris.
people say, basically go out and get shot, get yourself hurt, so that you can make the other side look evil. What kind of
Yeah.
a game plan is that?
Well, clearly the Democratic brand is dog food, and that's the unfortunate reality for Democrats, and it is cemented. And polling from the Wall Street Journal showing that 63% of Americans have an unfavorable view of the Democratic Party, and they see Republicans, quite frankly, as the ones that can handle the issues that most Americans care about that are impactful for elections. This is where we are. Instead of them trying to govern, instead of them saying we're going to make lives for the voters that we lost, those that went over to Donald Trump's side, we're talking about the working class voters, we're talking about the union workers, we're talking about folks who traditionally have not voted for Republicans ever, no matter who was running. Instead of them saying we're going to make sure their lives are better, they're going and acting like kids, honestly. It's viral versus policy is what we're seeing. They're having whatever camera they can put in their face, cell phone or otherwise, to come up with something ridiculous that could potentially go viral instead of acting in alignment with what the American people want. And that's why their party is looked at so unfavorably, and that's why so many people are leaving the Democratic Party today.
Yeah, look, we've already seen political violence. We've seen it more than once,
Absolutely.
just in the last year or so. So it is untenable, it is unsustainable as a society to have members of a party and supporters of that party say, go out and pretend like you were hurt by the other side, so that they can have also a reason to get aggressive with MAGA and supporters of the president.
And we've seen this kind of rhetoric before. Think about Maxine Waters. If you see a Trump supporter, get around, make a circle, and push back. And there's been many, many other comments. Chuck Schumer with the Supreme Court and many other Democrats have said things that have been particularly in what I would think is political violence, just in the form of speech, because people can take those words and act on them. And we've seen it actually happen, President Trump being an example of that. This is where it's unfortunate for the Democratic Party, because they're going to continue to devolve. And unfortunately, when Trump's out of office, they have nothing. They have nothing. The media has unfortunately continued to be negative around Donald Trump, even on the very positive accomplishments. I think the Big Beautiful Bill was a great accomplishment for the American people, one in which is going to impact working class and middle class people alike in a very positive way. So for those individuals who continue to use this divisive rhetoric, you're doing yourself and your party a disservice. You're not being taken seriously. And honestly, they're like children.
Yeah, and I can imagine Republicans say, let them. Okay, let them set the room on fire.